To create the pyramid, our first step is to create a new part. So we go up to here to the new part symbol and we select part and we hit OK. Now our next step here is to rename the part and to save it as pyramid. If we look up here where it says part 1, it's currently called part 1. To rename it, we'll go to File, Save As, and what we'll do is we'll save it onto our desktop or your memory stick if you have it there. So desktop, and file name, we'll just change this then to pyramid. And we'll take OK. Now when drawing the pyramid we're using lofted solid, so we are going to draw the square base of the pyramid, so that's going to sit on the top plane. So we'll select the top plane here and we'll look normal to it. Now if we look at our notes, our square that we're drawing, the center or the origin is in the middle of our square. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our square up here first. So we'll go rectangle, we'll draw it away from the origin. Then what we'll do is we'll get a center line and we'll join one corner to the other to get the diagonal. Then we'll smart dimension that square to the size of 80 millimeters and 80. Now our next step is to get the midpoint of this diagonal, which will be the center of our square, and we will add a relation to that to the origin. So to get the midpoint of this center line is right click on the center line, make sure your smart dimension is off, right click on your center line here, and this opens up the options for this line here, and select midpoint will be up at the top here. So once you select midpoint comes up, click on it. Now you can see over here that there's a little green dot, and that means that the midpoint there is selected. We're going to add a relation to the origin by holding down Control, and we'll hit the origin. Then what we can do is we can add a coincident relation, which means it joins up the two of them, and now you can see that our sketches become fully defined, and we can tick OK. Now that's the base of our pyramid. Now to put the top of our pyramid on, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new plane or a new sheet of paper with a point directly above it. So to do that, it's called a new plane, we must exit our sketch. And what we'll do is we'll go Insert, Reference Geometry and Plane. Now what we'll do here is we'll just rotate our object around so that we can see what's happening. Now in this box here it's asking us what plane or what selection or surface area do we want the plane to be parallel to. So what we can do is we can come up here and we will select our top plane. You can see there that it's in line. So you have your top plane selected. As you can see then, our top plane is about 10 millimeters above our sketch. But now what we want to do is we want to change that there to be 110. So we'll just put in 110 and we'll tick OK. Now you can see that the plane directly above our sketch. Now what we can do is we can just click on our plane, the edge of our plane, and we'll look normal to it. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to put a point up here at the top, sketch a point, because if our plane is blank at the moment, so we'll just select the point up from our sketch toolbar and we'll drop it directly on the origin and we'll tick OK. Now I'll just rotate that around a little, and what we have done there is we have a little point put in on the origin. Now to create the lofted solid, what we must do is the lofted solid is made up of two sketches and it joins up the two sketches. So what we must do is we exit the sketch here and we'll open up our features toolbar, and lofted boss base is what we'll select. Now this box up here is asking us to select the profiles of our shape. So the first profile will be the square, so if you click on the square, and the second profile will be the top or the little point. So make sure that you rotate your sketch around, and there you get your square base pyramid. When you're happy with it, tick OK. And that's your square base pyramid drawn. The next step then is to color it in. So what you can do is you can go up to pyramid up here at the top in your feature tree, right click on it, and this way it lets you change the color of everything. So you can come down to right click on pyramid up here, come down to appearance and color. Select a color for your pyramid. So I'm selecting blue, and we can scroll down here, and what you can do is you can change some of the optical properties of it. So what you can do is you can make it more transparent, and you can make it shinier according to what you want to do with it. So I'll leave mine a little transparent and we'll click OK. That is your square base pyramid drawn. Now what we'll do is we'll hit save on that, and that's your pyramid done. Our next step then is we're ready to draw the oblique cone. So it's a similar method again. So new, part, file, save as, and what we call it is oblique cone. And hit save. Now you can see up here oblique cone. Oh sorry, I had a typo, I won't worry about it. We'll start to draw our oblique cone. So the base profile of that will be drawn on the top plane again. So top plane, normal to. So if we have a look at our notes there, what we're going to draw is on the top plane there is we're going to use the circle command up here, and we're going to draw out a circle, and we'll smart dimension that to a diameter of 90. Now our next step is to insert the plane again, and remember to insert the plane you must exit the sketch first. So I'll just rotate my sketch around a little. So it's insert reference geometry plane, and we'll open up our feature tree over here, and we'll select the plane, the top plane. Since the last sketch was drawn on the top plane, we want it parallel. So we'll select our top plane, and we'll change the distance of this time to 125 right in there, and we'll tick OK. Now we have our plane drawn there. Our next step then is to look normal to that plane, and same thing again, but with our oblique cone we're going to put our point out over here. So what we'll do is we'll pick our point command. Now we'll come down to the origin and we won't click, but what we'll do is we'll get it to trace out a horizontal relation for our point with our origin, and just when you're outside the circle you see, it'll click and it drops the point. Then what you can do is you can smart dimension from the origin to the point to be 60 millimeters, and you can tick OK. Now that's that drawn then. So the two of them, you can make the two of them horizontal if you want, which we might just do. So we'll go to add, knock off our smart dimension, we'll go add relation, so we'll pick there as a point and the origin, and we'll put the two of them horizontal. Now that helps to fully define that sketch, because then it means that that point can't move anymore. So again we're going to use lofted boss base. So we'll go to our, we have to exit our sketch because we have two sketches now for our lofted boss base. Rotate it a little round into a 3D view and go into your features command and lofted boss base. In here again is the profile, so the two profiles will be the point and the circle. So we'll select the circle and we'll select the point. Now this is our oblique cone drawn, and if you notice here there's a line that can move around. This is our generator line, so it will still create an oblique cone no matter what position it's put in. So we can tick OK to that, and that's the bones of our lofted or our oblique cone done. So next job again is to color it in. So right click up on oblique cone in our feature tree, and then appearance, color, and this time I'm going to change mine to be yellow, and tick OK. And to finish, just remember to hit save, and that's your oblique cone done and dusted. Now finally, the next exercise in this bunch of exercises is a truncated cone. Now it's very similar, so the exact same thing again. New, part, OK, and go file, save as, and this time it will be called truncated cone. and save. Now this time we're going to have two planes again, but instead of using the point command we'll have two circles. So what we're going to do is select our top plane. Will look normal to our top plane, so you can select it up here if you get that little problem. Top plane, and then go circle, draw out a circle from the origin, smart dimension that then to be 75, and tick OK. Now that's our base profile drawn. So to insert a new plane, what we must remember is we will exit our sketch, insert, reference geometry and plane. Now we'll select the plane that we were drawing on the last time, so it's our top plane, and this time we're going to put it at a distance of 80 millimeters away, so it remembers the distance from the last time, and you're getting a preview there of what's happening. So we can 80 millimeters, we only want one plane, so tick OK, and there you have your plane drawn. Now our next step here is go to our look normal to that plane. So once it's green, it means it's selected to it, and when you go looking normal to, it automatically goes looking normal to it. If it wasn't green there on your plane, just click on the edge of it and it'll go green, meaning you've selected it. So then you're ready to look normal to it. So this time we're going to draw a circle above that. So we select the circle in sketch, onto the origin, and draw out a circle of a diameter of 40. Smart dimension it to 40. Tick OK. Now same thing again. What you've done is you've drawn the circle, the base profile and the top profile. So again, using the lofted boss base, you have to exit your sketch before you can do that. So you exit your sketch up there, features, lofted boss base, again select your base profile and your top profile, and there you have your truncated cone drawn, and that's your generator line. So if you have a look here at your generator line, you can move it around and you can get your extreme and your maximum and minimum generator. To get the generator to be the maximum, what you can do is you can look at the right of it, and you can line up the generator so that it's in line at both sides there. Pull it out there to that side and do the exact same thing at the bottom, and you can do the vice versa for the minimum. Pull it over to the other side and you can see that you can't get it. You can get near enough to it, but you can't get it. So you can tick OK to that, and what you've drawn there is you have your truncated cone drawn. So the same thing again, what we'll do is we will change the colour of it up here into truncated cone colour, and I'll make mine green, and we'll tick OK. Now this one, what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a drawing. So we will go into save it, because we've already saved it as this is the start, meaning it hasn't been saved. So we can hit the disk up here and that saves it, and you can see it disappears. So we'll use our make drawing from part or assembly, and we'll tick on that. Now we'll move down to here to A4 landscape and we'll hit OK. Now just we'll go into our drawings up here and we'll go model view, and we'll pick truncated cone and we'll hit next. Now we'll scroll down along here and we'll take preview, so we can get a preview of what we are doing here. But once we're happy with our elevation, then it's just a matter of clicking on it to drop it. So what we might do is change maybe the color of it so that we have a 3D. Might look a little better if it was 1:1. So we'll change the scale down here. No, it might be a little too big, so we'll leave it as 1:2. So come in here, click to drop our elevation, in elevation, come out to drop it, and come down and drop your plan. Now to get an isometric of it, what we'll do is you go out at 45 degrees from your elevation. Now scroll out a bit from it. Now what I want you to do then is you hold down the control key on your keyboard, and you haven't clicked on the mouse yet at all, and move it into a position, and then just click to drop, and then just tick OK and you're done. So that's plan, elevation and end view done. Now the next job here is to put in the dimensions. So to put in the dimensions, we'll go up to annotations, model items. So now inside here is our source or our destination. It's asking us where are we getting our dimensions from. So where we're going to get our dimensions from is the entire model, and we'll select all the dimensions there. We'll eliminate duplicates, and annotations, we'll select all. And once that's done, we'll tick OK, and there is our dimensions put in. Now if your dimensions are a little bit out of line, that they're crossing over each other, all you have to do is just click on them like it's in Smart Dimension, and you can move them to wherever you want. So once you have them in, that's it, done, and you go File, Save, and it'll save it as a drawing then. And well done, you have completed the exercise, and that's it.